corner, Knockhill Racing Circuit, Duncan Vincent, Flash and Butch. We've got the boys. I've managed to keep them apart here, as you can see. You know that they're getting a little bit edgy before the weekend. Gordon, first of all, on a serious note, how do you know when you've got Duffus Dip and the sequence of corners right? What does it feel like coming down here?
I mean, it's actually the fastest point in the circuit before you start braking. Everyone thinks the fastest part will be into the hairpin, but it's actually into turn one. So, you know, it really is like driving off the edge of a cliff. It's into the unknown. And yeah, it's one of those kind of sequences of corners that you never ever feel you've got it right, and you're literally hanging on all the way to the exit of McIntyre's turn 3. Talking
about driving into the unknown, Rory, what do you think it's going to feel like?
I think it's going to feel pretty scary, to be honest. I think, you know, the touring cars are definitely edgy cars, and, you know, most circuits in the UK don't have corners like this where the road falls away at such an extent. But no, I'm excited to tackle it in a touring car for the first time. It'll be good.
The kerb's looking nice and painted, as you can see that in the background there. I don't suppose it's going to bother you, because you're almost going to be hovering the car over the top of that.
Yeah, you want to avoid the sausage curb there. It's not going to end well if you hit that. But no, it'll be nice to get a wee drift off the curb there and heading down the hill into Leslie's.
Turn 1, head-to-head question now. Have you two guys, Gordon, we'll go with you. You ever raced together, used to?
Pro cars.
Yeah, okay, pro cars. Who won?
Oh, can't remember.
Rory would have been in a cadet car at the time, so yeah, but it should be interesting on the way in here. I mean, like on a hot lap, I mean, it's just a lift in 6th, Rory. You know, you should just a lift, just a comfort lift, and you should be fine.
I've heard it was flat in 6 in some cars.
Flat in 6, right? I'm going to try that. Out lap.
That's probably the best time to do it. So if you want to come and watch, guys, just to exit a turn 4, that's probably where he's going to land.
Cold tyres, flat, easy.
What we're going to do now is we're going to move on further round. We're going to head to the Arnold Clark chicane, where the guys get some seriously big air, and we'll catch up with you guys there. Boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Limit. Do you really like it? Is it wicked? We're loving it. You join us round at the Arnold Clark chicane at Knockhill Racing Circuit now, or commonly known as turn 5 and 6. Sorry, thanks for that. 5 and 6, yep. Okay, left, right. Or depends if you're still getting wrong up the back straight. Left, right. We're thinking there's possibly going to be a long jump off this curb here. You know, you guys in the touring cars, Gordon, you take a lot of curb there and a lot of liberties as you're making your way out towards that exit point. Adam Morgan was the man who won the long jump contest last year. How did you see winning it this year?
Was it fast?
Was Adam Morgan fast?
Yeah, in his long jump competition.
It was long. I don't think it was terribly fast, though.
He'll probably be quite happy if you say that he was long. So...
Right. Okay, no, keep that's fine. I'm okay with that, because he's a little bit smaller than me, so we can go away with that. But when you're over the curb, you know what you're thinking. You come up towards Arnold Clark chicane. It is blind. Is it a big hold of the breath and away you go?
It is a little bit, but anyone that's got 4 wheels off the ground on the way through the chicane, I think has made a mistake. You know, there is definitely a point where you can go too far. I think sometimes people at Knockhill just think, oh, we'll just hit all the curbs all over the place, and I know I'm as guilty as anyone trying to sneak the last little bit, but you know, I do try and get 4 wheels back on terra firma as soon as possible. Okay, Butch, you're a very well-known GT driver. In fact, you were a Works for I driver last weekend at Spa, which was fabulous. What's your tactic going to be going through? Is it going to be nice and smooth like you would do in a GT car?
I don't really know at the moment. I'm going to experiment, and I'm definitely going to be trying the curb on the right there, give that a go. But I think it's all about, you know, obviously getting commitment over the top, but then exit speed as well. There's quite a long stretch up to Clark's, and like Gordon said, it's important to get the car back down on the ground and get the foot down on the pedal.
Is it easier for you in a way because you just don't know? Are you just going to attack this as much as you can until you go off?
Hopefully not go off, but yeah, I guess I'll be attacking it pretty hard. And it's going to be lively. I think we all see a few people taking off, and I remember seeing Gordon a few years ago getting all 4 wheels off. It looked pretty good for the cameras. Okay, just between us two guys, what's your tip for Rory for getting through here? Is it flat in 6th again?
It's just a lift in 6th, yeah.
Rory's standing on my foot here, yeah.
You need a pretty good exit speed to be up to 6 coming out of McIntyre's. So
the Ford should have plenty to get up to 6th by the time he gets to chicane.
Okay, I'm still keeping these boys apart because they're starting to get a little bit frisky with one another. Let's head down to the hairpin, the final corner on the track, where all overtaking usually happens at the end of the race. Stay with us, Rory, please. ourselves round to the final corner at Knockhill Racing Circuit, the place where all the overtaking and all the action usually happens on the last lap of a race. Rory, you've always been very strong at the hairpin in everything you've ever raced. What is your technique for getting round in another car that's not a touring car?
I think obviously you've got to be good on the brakes. So you arrive in 6th gear. You do brake, Gordon, before you tell me that it's flat. And I think it's just about, it's a really steep hill up to the apex, so it's about carrying momentum and getting on the power and getting a good exit up to that start-finish.
And the other good thing about overtaking the hairpin is the massive spectator banking across there, Chris, which will be absolutely full of your fans.
Yeah. Going to reserve, there's a little 4 metre squared patch I'm going to reserve for my 2 or 3 fans. So
you've got 2 or 3 now?
I have, yeah, it's growing.
Okay, and the Flash Army take up the rest of the banking. You have done a fair bit of, I'm going to say damage being the word, but damage in a good way at the hairpin. What is the technique for getting through the hairpin for Rory?
Oh yeah, just a lift in 6th again, obviously, But
are you writing that down?
Yeah. What about McIntyre's?
If you're on it, just a lift in 6th.
So basically, Knockhill's like Daytona or Talladega.
Yeah, flat out.
You'll be fine, Rory. But the hairpin, there's a pretty big technique to it because it leads up a very steep hill. You've got to get a good exit, but you can't be lame on the way in either, can you?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, obviously it is the slowest corner, on the circuit, but it can be the most important because it links the 2 main straights together. So, there's always a lot of action here. Like you say, the crowd can get really, really close. On the exit, they can almost hear the tyres squealing and spinning and scrabbling for a bit of grip. So yeah, really spectacular part of the circuit, even though it's the slowest corner.
Honda or Ford, it's up to you guys who you're going to support this weekend. We've got Flash and we've got Butch. Good to see them head to head on track. But for you guys, Gordon, obviously you want to have a great weekend. What's your kind of outlook and outcome for it?
Realistically, it's going to be a tough weekend for me with 75 kilos ballast in the car in qualifying and race 1. That's going to be a bit of a struggle. Hopefully my afternoon gets better if we can get rid of some weight. And points make prizes, but I'm also conscious of the points here are just worth the same as anywhere else. But hopefully Rory has a good weekend. If he could cheekily finish in front of the BMWs and the Subarus, that would be much appreciated.
Well, interestingly enough, Rory comes into this weekend the most successful touring car driver on the grid.
100% record.
Absolutely.
Good one.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Absolutely.
We've been working on that all the way around. Rory, you have got the best record in the grid, but what's your thoughts for the weekend?
Yeah,
I've put you down for a top 10 in qualifying, by the way.
Okay, cool. I don't know. I don't really have expectations. As a newcomer coming with 45 kilograms of ballast, so there's that there to think about, and new to the car. So hey ho, we'll get through the weekend. If I can get some point scoring positions, and I'll be really happy. And I'm sure David from Motorbase will be give me a handshake at the end of the day.
So just the 3 wins?
Yeah, 3 wins. Does breaking into the top 30, does that count as a win?
Well, you could be starting back here.
Yeah, maybe. We'll you know what? I'm going to just give them all. That's the main thing. I'll be out there pushing as hard as I can, and that's all I can do.
And let's not forget our third Scotsman. We've got Aidan Moffat out there as well. So there's 3. There's Flash, there's Butch, and there's also the Moff in town this weekend.
And of course you've got the fake Scotsman Newsham as well, who pretends he's Scottish even though he's Welsh, but lives in Inverness. So we'll give him it, almost.
Okay. You could support the Noosh as well if you fancy it. Remember, guys, you can still get your tickets. You can buy them before the event, midnight before the event, at the special discounted price. You can do that hassle-free through our ticket collection point, which is on the main driveway as you drive into Knockhill. So it really is the best way for you to do it. Until then, we bid you a farewell. We'll look forward to some more social media stuff. And Butch, the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And Flash, go get him.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed.
Right.
Peace and love. Just now. Still filming.